Hi folks. In my previous video I showed you this Team Fuji bicycle, and I've been riding it for a little while, but when I got on the road, what I noticed was that it squeaks like a little cricket, and it's really loud on the road, as you can see here. I'm guessing that this squeaking sound is due to something stuck in the rear derailleur here. So I'm going to take it apart, and then we're going to see, clean it up, and then we'll see if that solves the problem. All right. So to take the rear derailleur off, we're going to need to take the chain off and then unscrew this nut here in order to take it out. So I'm thinking we need 3 tools to take the chain off. If you don't have a quick link off, take on and off of the chain, then you need a chain breaker, you need a hex wrench, and then needle nose plier to get off this cover here. All right, to get the chain off, what you want to do is throw the chain out into the smallest ring, and then take the chain essentially off of the big ring so that you don't have tension on the chain. All right, now to check the chain, break the chain, just choose a slot, put the chain tool in, there you go, and then push the pin out. Once you're at the end, release that, and now you can pop the chain apart. So we're going to pull the chain out to this way through the derailleur. Voila. All right, now to take the derailleur out, we will unscrew this guy. That loosens the cable there, and you can actually pull that out. And then to take the derailleur off of the bike, use this, unscrew this hex nut, and then try not to drop it. So I see some things here. It certainly is not too bad from a dirt wise, but you can see it's probably got something caught in here. And I think I can, if you roll this, you can hear sort of where it could squeak. This one is much quieter, as you can hear. This one I think is the one that's squeaking. All right, so let's take it apart and see how we can make it stop squeaking. So what you take is a 3mm hex wrench and begin to take this little screw apart. Put it in counterclockwise, lefty loosey, righty tighty. So to take it out, we'll turn it left. Now that screws out, and then you can slip the whole derailleur apart. So it looks like some yarn got caught in it, or some strings. There you go. Now it's all out. This one looks smooth. Sounds good. And then this little guy here. Now it doesn't sound so bad. Got some strings wrapped into that. I cleaned this up before, so it's not too bad, but what I'll do is I'll oil it again in order to make it as efficient as possible. But it's funny, we do all these things to make the bike efficient in order to do what? I ponder. In order to reduce energy, right? Reduce the energy required to push us along. And we want to do that for a couple of things. So we can go faster, we don't have to exert as much energy to go a set amount of distance. But have you ever thought like what you do with that energy that you save, perhaps? I don't know. Lounge around, sit around, do nothing, watch TV, whatever, relax. All of those are certainly legitimate. You can do whatever you want. But, you know, we save energy on these little things, and then we forget how much energy we waste elsewhere. And if the most important thing in the world is time, then I would say that the bicyclist is the richest in the world. And the reason is that if you bike, you have time to bike. It takes time to get from point A to point B, certainly much longer than a car. So when you're in a car, you're in a rush, you don't have time, then you take a car. But if you have time, then guess what? You'll take the bicycle. So the bicyclist is actually the richest in the world. There you go. Now it's going much, much more smoothly. All right. So now it's ready to be put back. So we slot this back into the eye there. And then take the screw and put this puppy back. Yeah, now it's going so much better. Tighten it just a little bit more. So now that we have it cleaned, let's put it back, and of course in reverse order, right? So we will put this screw back, screw this back into the dropout there. We can tighten that a little bit more later on. And then we'll slip the chain back so it loops from the bottom through the top and then across to the freewheel. And then we'll hook the chain back. For now, as you can see, the chain is still loose on the front ring. It is not on. So we will snap this one in. This certainly has turned out to be a quasi version of Dirty Jobs. Look at my fingers there. It's fun to get messy once in a while. So the chain is in, and what you want to do is aim for that pin, and what we want to do is we want to push that back on this side to this side. As you try to hook it to the other side, it will be a little bit more difficult, but don't overshoot it. And there it's in. Okay. Now we will put tension back on the front chain. And then we will loop the cable back through here. Pull it on this side, and then we reuse this little screw to tighten the tension. Much smoother, right? All right, so I think we solved that by cleaning the rear derailleur. Thanks for watching, everyone.